We walk away from the extraordinary and we choose the ordinary. We walk away from the miraculous and we settle for the mundane. Thanks for joining us for yet another episode of Wisdom for Wednesdays. We know it can be a long, long stretch between Sunday to Sunday, so we're hoping this Wednesday wisdom will be helpful in getting you through the week. God bless you, and let's watch this together. Through Him, we experience the miraculous. But here's what's so troubling, at least for me. I have the ability to experience the miraculous and choose the mundane. I can experience the miraculous hand of God actively working in my life, and I revel in that miraculous work of God and His many blessings, but then time passes, and I forget. Maybe we've all done this at one time or another. We experience the miraculous power of God working in our lives. Time passes, and it's, what have you done for me lately? We forget. We walk away from the extraordinary and we choose the ordinary. We walk away from the miraculous and we settle for the mundane. And that's just so tragic. It's so important. It's so important that we remember to remember. We must remember to be thankful for all that God has done for us. And it takes intentionality. I talked yesterday at the funeral service about the importance of journaling. At least for me, I need to journal because if I don't write some things down now, next year I won't remember that it ever happened. But why is it so important to remember to remember? I put this in my notes. I said, forgetfulness is the first brick in the wall of apathy. And apathy is contagious. Deuteronomy 4:9 says, be very careful. How careful? Very careful. Be very careful to never forget what you've seen God doing for you. I got to say that again. I'm just going to say it again to myself. You can listen in if you want. Be very careful, Jeff, to never forget what you've seen God doing for you. May His miracles have a deep and permanent effect on your lives. See, I'm a firm believer that the miracles of the past should direct your future path. Remembering God's past faithfulness can be the catalyst that drives you forward in the present, empowering you to be a risk taker, to step out of your comfort zone and become a creator of a greater future. And as you remember, I want to challenge you to remember loudly. In other words, past victories through Jesus Christ should not only be an encouragement and an empowerment to you, but the people around you. None more important, perhaps, than the ones mentioned in the rest of the verse we started earlier. It says this. Tell me if these people are important to you. It says, tell your children. Tell your children and your grandchildren about the glorious miracles God, did. You know what He's saying? Remember loudly so that everybody around you can hear. Help your children and grandchildren to remember those times when God delivered you and God rescued you. Help them to remember so that when tough times come their way too, because you know they will, when their faith is tested, when they're struggling, they have those memories of you struggling and you worrying and God delivering you. Memories of when God did miraculous things in your life despite the visual appearance of impossibility, memories of when God moved mountains and shook the earth and came through despite the odds being completely against you. Teach them to remember loudly so they can be beyond confident that the same God who helped them then will help them again. Miracles of the past should direct your future path. Remember loudly how He worked miracles in your life. Tell your children, tell your grandchildren, and believe that your children and their grandchildren will tell their children and their grandchildren. See, the single greatest gift you can pass on to your children is the legacy of trusting God both in the good times and in the bad. Hey, thanks for watching yet another episode. We're so glad that you were with us. If this was a blessing to you, please feel free to share it with others so that they can feel blessed as well. Thanks again, and God bless.